Thank you so much, Dr. Callahan. Let's give him another hand. At this time, we're going to ask our band students to go over to the tent. I want to welcome all of you and thank you all for coming as we share this journey together. I'm going to ask Mr. Llewellyn, the assistant principal, to come up and lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Please remain standing while our national anthem is played by our 8th grade band, directed by our very own Mr. Andrew von Bachhoff. Thank you, 8th grade band. You may be seated. I'd now like to welcome up our superintendent of schools, Dr. Champ.
Thank you, Ms. Sabia, and thank you to our students for that beautiful song to start us off. Welcome, Principal Sabia, Assistant Principal Llewellyn, members of the Board of Education who are here today, who are also moms and dads. Welcome as well to our faculty, staff, moms, dads, grandmas, grandpas, brothers and sisters, family, friends, and most importantly, our 8th grade students. I am honored to be with you this afternoon and to share a few brief comments. Today's Moving Up ceremony marks yet another milestone in your journey toward adulthood. Many of you attended preschool moving up ceremonies and then kindergarten graduation, 5th grade moving up just 3 short years ago, and now 8th grade moving up. Hopefully you know by now, I'm sure you do actually, that Pelham Middle School is truly a special place. Not just because of the accolades that it has won, being a state and national school of character, an international IB World School, and a No Place for Hate Gold Star winner just, 4 years in a row. It's what happens within its walls each day that make Pelham Middle School so unique. I believe an acrostic poem is in order to highlight just a few things that make PMS so special. P is for pride. PMS instills a sense of pride in all of its students, for themselves their families, their friends, their teams, their grades, and their school. Each of you are a part of an exponentially larger whole that connects you to one another, and the character lessons learned throughout your time at Pelham Middle School help you to understand that what happens to any of us impacts all of us. Therefore, treating one another with kindness, care, and respect builds a strong and empathetic learning community which we can all be proud of. M. M is for muscle memory. Not just the physical muscles of your body, but the mental muscle of your brain. Brain growth during adolescence is tremendous, second only to that of when you were toddlers. So middle school is designed to build relationships through teams and exploratory opportunities that help you to broaden your social networks and interests and practice skills and competencies that literally pave new pathways into your brain that become the foundational muscle memory for the rest of your life. Seriously. You may develop that muscle memory performing an instrument, honing your drawing skills on the playing field, learning to code, speaking a new language, factoring equations, competing in the spelling bee, researching and writing a position paper or a science research project. The possibilities are truly endless and leave a lasting impact. And finally, S is for survival, success, and significance. You can now say that you officially survived middle school, which is really no small feat. I think many of your parents can probably agree. But more than that, you successfully completed 3 years of challenging, rigorous, and enriching education at the secondary level, which have positioned you for success in high school. Not only that, through the various activities and clubs and service opportunities you participated in, most notably through your community projects, you have brought significance to your middle school years by making a positive impact within your realm of influence, be it your family, your class, your grade level, your school, community, and maybe even the world. These skills and competencies which you learned through that process have provided the necessary building blocks for success in high school and beyond. So PMS, pride, muscle memory, and survival, success, and significance. These are what PMS has given to each of you. I hope you use these gifts to fulfill our district's hope that each of you become empowered, adaptable, well-balanced individuals who are equipped to meaningfully contribute to our local, national, and global society. Congratulations on your accomplishments. Best wishes in high school. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Chan. Please turn your attention to our band tent, where our 8th grade band will perform As It Was by Harry Styles, arranged by Mr. Andrew Bambaco. Now I would like to bring up Kathleen Ginsberg, our student government president.
Good afternoon, everyone. My basketball coach, who happens to be my dad, has a saying he likes to tell our team. Offense gets, defense wins games, and rebounding wins championships. It's great advice for a basketball team, but the more I've thought about it, the more I've realized how it also applies to my grades experience these last 3 years. Throughout our time in middle school, our class has shown remarkable patience, empathy, kindness, resilience, bravery, and good behavior most of the time. These are our strengths, and they serve as our offense. We are a strong class of many talents, from incredible athletes to accomplished artists and musicians to diligent activists and leaders. We have made an impact in our school and in our community. Our ability to set a goal, work hard, and accomplish it has gotten us farther than we ever thought it would. However, a good offense can't be run without a strong defense to support it. Our defense can be found in the many caring adults who guide us each day, starting with our teachers, who spend countless hours trying to make their classes the best it can be for us each day. We have learned so much from them, not just about math or science or English, but about how to care for one another and appreciate what we're being taught. Alongside them, the main office staff, such as Ms. DiBartolo, Ms. Buconi, and Ms. Rossi, are the friendliest faces to see each morning when walking in. Not to mention the amount of late passes they've had to write me, so thank you for that. Our security guards keep the building safe and are some of the most amazing people, period. Ms. Rayo, Daryl, and Rich have taught us all so much in the past 3 years about the importance of good values, growth, and most importantly, the striving to find happiness each day. And lastly, Ms. Sabia and Mr. Llewellyn, who do everything they can all day to make us feel loved in the building. The last part of the saying is about the importance of rebounding, which is what really sets our class apart. The class of 2023 has had more than our share of learning how to rebound. When the pandemic hit, we were in our last year of elementary school, and in a way, we never really finished fifth grade. School was canceled, and so were our end-of-year field trips, field days, and moving up celebrations. Going into 6th grade, we took a virtual tour of the middle school instead of getting to go in person. We started 6th grade wearing masks, using butcher paper, and carrying shields to school. In addition, we had to endure the typical challenges of middle school, such as a new building, new friends, harder classes, and much more. Our first middle school year was nothing but normal, everything but normal, but we had to figure out how to push through and make it to the other side. Through thick and thin, we have learned to have the capability to endure and stay balanced. We also found new ways to come together as a class. Each year has since brought new challenges, but after every difficulty, we've learned how to bounce back. We've rebounded pretty well, and like all the teams do in basketball, we made it here together. Congrats to the class of 2023.
Thank you, Kathleen. That's going to be a tough act to follow. Now I'd like to bring up Ms. Sarah Pinsker and Ms. Rose Hogan, who will present our Community Project Awards.
The Community Project Award is given to students who went above and beyond on their culminating IB service project. The first group receiving this award today spent countless hours researching invasive plants, working with members of the community, cleaning and literally digging in the dirt in order to enhance our community here in Pelham. We have no doubt that this group of students will carry on their project in high school and continue making this community a better place, a difference in Pelham, and enhancing their future lives as citizens. This first award is presented to the restoration of the Highbrook High Line. Please come up and receive your certificate. Ryan Feldman, Isaiah Hewlett, Lula Gansler, and Olivia Parker. Receiving this award today goes to two students who made an incredible, lasting impact on students across the globe. This group spent hours teaching students in Tanzania how to use technology, play online games, create presentations, and so much more. They additionally contributed to the school's first library and created a pen pal program to connect students in Pelham with students in Tanzania. If we spoke about all this group accomplished, we would be up here all day. We are so proud. The second award today goes to collaborating with students in Tanzania, Annika Roy and Claire Reed.
Thank you, Ms. Pinsker and Ms. Hogan. I'd like to welcome up Ms. Kathleen Bella and Mr. Todd Hemberry to present the Tom Roxfeld Character Award.
Thank you, Ms. Sabia. Tom Roxfeld was an entertaining teacher who infused his love of science with humor. Known to all as Rox, he was a lifelong resident of Pelham and a PMHS graduate. He not only taught science at Pelham Middle School for over 20 years, he also coached multiple sports and was deeply involved in many other aspects of serving his community. He was loyal, honest, and empathetic, and encouraged these character traits in others by his example.
This award is presented to two students who exemplify Mr. Roxfeld's dedication to school and to all things Pelham, and who spread their positive attitude and good humor while doing it. This year, the Thomas Roxfeld Character Award is given to Josie Kagan and Isaiah Hewlett. I'd now like to welcome Mrs. Lieggi and Mrs. Vitale to present our last award, the Tom Tobin GO Award.
This award is to honor Thomas Tobin, a social studies teacher at Pelham Middle School from 1974 through 2007. He's a student government advisor for over 30 years, longtime coach, and an 8th grade team leader.
The Tom Tobin General Organization Award is the highest award at Pelham Middle School. It is presented annually to 2 8th graders that demonstrate exemplary leadership, academic performance, and demonstration of Pelham pride.
This year, the Tom Tobin GO Award is given to Courtney Gilmartin and Andrew Jenner.
Congratulations to all our recipients. Now it's the time you've been waiting for. We are going to start the presentation of these certificates.
At this time, we'd like to ask Mrs. DiDomenico, Mr. Rowe, Mr. Treves, and Mrs. Morovich to please come and join us on stage. All right, so for those of you who have older siblings, cousins, how many of you guys have gone through the district before? Are we familiar with the infamous Pelham 1 clap? Okay, see a couple heads. Everybody else, you're going to learn about it today. So what we're going to be doing is we are calling the student names. Between names, we are going to Pelham 1 clap. At the end of each row, we'll give them a round of applause, and then of course at the end, we are going to give the kids a big round of applause. Row 1, please stand. We're not there yet, I promise. All right, row 1, please make your way to the bottom of the stairs. Daniel Abu Taleb. Tommaso Abu Taleb. Rachel Abanyega. Edie Albarella. Anazoli Allers. Will Alexander. Brandy Almazan. Andrew Ambrosekia. Harrison Anderson. Valentina Angrazani. Sophie Atman. Leighton Austin. Dea Azemi. Mila Banfield. Xavier Banks. Nicoletta Beltakis. Riel Benton. Nina Bisaccia. Marcus Blackburn. Amelia Blake. Ethan Blois. John Boyle. Harrison Bray. Congratulations, row 1. And make your way down to the bottom of the stairs, please. Jagger Brennan. Jack David Caputo. Lila Carpenter. Timothy Case. Light Cascaro. Shiloh Castro. Ethan Cedeno Casimir. Annabelle Salanti Smith. Jocelyn Chico. Dario Clemente. Gabriel Clemente. Sydney Camerico. Eleanor Condon. Natalie Kasha. Travis Cross. Jeriel Cruz. Samantha Cullen. Jonah DeMore. Leonardo Daza Rosario. Caitlin Diabro. Elena DeChico. This next award will be presented by Board of Ed member Mrs. DiDomenico. Cole DiDomenico. William Douglas. Congratulations, row 2. You may be seated. Row 3 can stand, please. Row 3, you can make your way to the bottom of the stairs. Oscar Drinkwine. Jack Duffy. Felix Eddingon. Christian Esteban. Luke Fear. Ryan Feldman. Nehemiah Feliciano. Cassandra Fernandez Davila. Leonard Ferrara. Grace Ferrari. Miriam Forand. Lola Gensler. Timothy Gallivan. Elizabeth Gammon. Sahana Ganapathy. Courtney Gilmartin. Holly Dimigliano. Kathleen Ginsberg. Katrina Gathaka. Koljanis Jaloshi. Marcos Joka. Madison Glick. Sophia Gonzalez. Congratulations, row 3. Row 3, you may be seated. Row 4, you may stand and make your way down. Raphael Goodyear. Greg Gramsci. Tina Guo. Daniela Haberman. Aileen Henry. Anais Herbert. Isaiah Hewlett. J. Oscar Higgins. Lucas Lavacek. Shyla Haran. Catherine Howells. Maxwell Hutchinson. Leo Hyde. Nemi Jane. Orla Jeffries. Andrew Jenner. Emerson Jerabek. Luca Johnson. Noah Johnson. Josephine Kagan. Evan Kaplan. Cadence Capel. Gavin Keating. Congratulations, row 4. Row 4, you may be seated. Start the chain over here. All right, maybe over to step down.
Row 1, please stand. Todd Kerman. Hannah Kindig. Nyla Kinsey. Elizabeth Koff. Andrew Kuntz. Julian Kawanu. Marie Kuznetsov. Nicholas LaMonica. Adam Lee. Alex Lee. Rocco Lee. Mia Letizia. Gabriella Lolgerai. Gerald Logan. Zoe Lubin. Kira Lynch. Jonathan Magumbo. Nicasia Mangiafrida. Leon Mans. Caitlin McGovern. Kaylana McLean. Nicholas Mead. Marco Melee. Congratulations, row 1. You may be seated. Row 2, please stand. Row 2, please stand. Luca Molino. Rachel Miller. Kaylee Maline. Matteo Miranda Fiorentini. Ethan Moringa. Fatima Morales. The next diploma will be presented by Pelham Middle School teacher Mrs. Morovich. Dario Morovich. Christian Moraise. Finnegan Mullen. Connor Murray. Emma Namba. Jack Nataraj. Nathaniel Nordstrom. Olivia Parker. Callie Pascal. Christopher Pasante. Kashish Patel. William Patterson. Winston Pereira. Nicola Polanzani. Spencer Polsky. Cyrus Pravtakis. Anya Prophet. Congratulations, row 2. You may be seated. Row 3, please stand. Zachy Pucci. Audrey Purcell. Keller Purcell. Samantha Ravel. Claire Reed. Sophia Riviello. Trez Roberts. Anaya Robinson. Christian Rodriguez. Maya Roth. Stuart Rowland. Roselia Romeo Diggs. The next diploma will be awarded by Board of Education member Mr. Rowe. Camille Rowe. Annika Roy. Chloe Rapage. Anthony Russo. Jonah Sachs. James Scarlett. Sophia Seifert. Luca Shaw. Anna Shields. Lindsay Simpson. Nishika Singh. Congratulations, row 3. You may be seated. Row 4, please stand. Nathaniel Snyder. Thomas Spadafora. Winston Spiros. Jonathan Starvedo. Eva Lastari Stinger. Stella Stobart. Serena Sue. Jordan Sullivan. Maggie Sweeney. Julianne Torino. Victoria Taraka. Ethan Tran. The next diploma will be awarded by Board of Education member Mr. Treves. Jacob Treves. Grant Turner. Anjali Udeshi. James Vasami. Matteo Veronelli. Anastasia Vokyan. Connor Waters. Logan Welsh. Trinity Wilson. Maisie Wong. Carlos Zapata. Thank you, row 4. You may be seated. Please join me in congratulating all of our 8th grade students.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's truly an honor to stand before you as the principal of Pella Middle School. I refer to it as the greatest school on earth. I'd like to thank Dr. Champ, our superintendent of schools, Dr. Bowman, our assistant superintendent for curriculum and instruction, Ms. Holtz, our assistant superintendent for pupil personnel, Dr. Thompson, director of humanities, Dr. Callahan, director of math and science, and bagpiper extraordinaire. our Board of Education, our PTA. You have been such wonderful partners for us, and we're so grateful for all of your support. Pelham Education Foundation, the main office staff, my administrative assistant, Barbara Bagoni, and she's got a tough job of keeping me organized and on task. You should only know. Ms. Norma DiBartolo, Ms. Anne-Marie Rossi, Ms. Doreen Codella. Our security staff, thank you for being trusted adults to so many of our students and being out there in front every single day. Our custodial staff, Mr. Condon, Mr. Sutton, and all the custodial crew. They work so hard every single day. My assistant principal, Mr. Llewellyn, the greatest partner a principal could ask for. Ms. Schwartz and our 8th grade mural committee. Mural committee members, please stand. Every year, those of you that were able to walk through the halls and get to see the murals, every year I think, oh my gosh, this is the best one. And then the next year comes, oh my gosh, this is the best one. This one's entitled Picture Perfect Pelham, and it's right in our main lobby, and it's truly outstanding. I also want to thank, last but certainly not least, our amazing team leaders, Ms. Vitale and Ms. Lieggi. You have done so much to support all of our 8th grade students. You're incredible teachers, leaders, and great role models for our students. Thank you very much. Parents, we're grateful to have had a wonderful partnership with you, and we thank you for trusting us with your children. I remember at the 5th to 6th grade orientation, I told you to put on your seatbelts because you were in for a wild ride. I assured you that you would come out all right and we would all make it. And here we are, we made it. I assure you, your children are now well prepared for their journey into high school. Faculty and staff, thank you for enduring some of the most challenging years ever in education. You demonstrate your commitment day in and day out and are truly remarkable. Your dedication not only to teaching, but to our children and families of this community has made all the difference, not only this past year, but every year. I am truly blessed to be working with such dedicated, caring, and talented individuals. And now to the class of 2023. Just 3 short years ago, you sat in the gym bleachers for your 6th grade orientation. You were all nervous, worrying about getting lost, not being able to get into your lockers, and being late. Boy, have times changed. As the year unfolded, you had to navigate friend groups, sports, Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok, and yes, even academics. Through your community projects, you have demonstrated your commitment, understanding, and desire to give back to the community around you. You have chosen how you will make an impact on this world, on a local, national, or even global level. You have all shown incredible dedication this year, and we are all so proud of you. You have acted as inquirers, as you conducted research to clean drinking water and strategies to improve your mental health. You have been knowledgeable when sharing resources about water filtration and the importance of fitness and nutrition. You grasp the concept of balance when you manage your time between working with students in Tanzania and completing your homework. You have been excellent communicators when collaborating with professionals on how to best approach sustainable energy in Pelham. You were all principled as you worked to provide for the homeless, veterans, and women in need. You're open-minded as you worked with populations of individuals that many lives are vastly different than your own. You were caring as you visited nursing homes and provided companionship to the elderly. You took time to reflect on visits to the soup kitchen and how you could continue to stay involved and make a difference. You acted as true thinkers with creativity, determining how to best involve your peers, families, and the larger communities to learn about your causes. You proved to be risk takers when resorting to restoring the Highbrook High Line, obtaining permits to center the storm drains around town, and painting large murals, even when you knew it would be a lengthy and difficult process. All of your projects truly embody Pelham Middle School spirit, character, and what it means to be an IB learner. While there are too many incredible projects to name, we'd be here all night. I want to express how proud I am of all of you. Through the many challenges you have faced, you continue to persevere time and time again. For the class of 2023, middle school has been a time to discover, to learn to stand up for yourself, to love yourselves, and realize setbacks are temporary. Your mistakes do not define you. They help you grow and they help you learn. As you move to high school and face new challenges, please remember that you are not defined by social media, how many likes you get on a post, one poor grade, or any one mistake. Continue to learn, to grow, and remain open to new ideas and experiences. This moving up ceremony marks a major transition in your life. You have a chance to navigate a new path that is not yet determined. Class of 2023, be bold, be courageous, be yourself. It has truly been my honor and privilege to be your principal. Congratulations. I want to thank you all for coming and sharing in this journey and celebration for our 8th graders. I ask that family and friends please stay seated while the graduates and the faculty exit the tent before you leave. Thank you, and again, congratulations, class of 2023.